Hello, I'm Julie Crane, and thanks for joining me again. Today, we're going to be reviewing part 3 of how to fix headache, brain fog, weight gain, insomnia, gut pain, and joint pain. So thanks for joining me. And if you haven't watched part 1 or 2, I would invite you to do that. We're just going to do a quick review over what we have learned from part 1 and 2. So in part 1, we talked about some of the symptoms that you may be experiencing due to dehydration that you didn't even realize that that's what was happening. We talked about how our modern lifestyles can interfere or create dehydration. We talked about some of the illnesses and diseases that can occur or be potentiated even worse when we're in a dehydrated state. We did a self-assessment for hydration. We talked about how proper hydration must include absorption, that absorption is the key, and that water is not always enough. And we reviewed a quick start for hydration. And then in part 2, we talked about how to move beyond just the idea that we need water to hydrate and to look more at foods for hydration also. And we talked about that new form of water. So water is not only in a solid liquid or gas state, but it actually is in another fourth state referred to as a gel or structured state. And that structured water is more dense and carries more oxygen. So today, let's just review again some of the dehydrated foods. We kind of briefly talked about them a little bit in part 1, but I want to go through these a little bit more in detail. So we talked about processed and prepared foods. So processed and prepared foods are loaded with the wrong kind of salt and other less desirable ingredients. And it really requires the body to work hard to metabolize these foods. So I'm going to give you a strategy, though, if you're going to choose to go ahead and eat that way, or there are times when we really don't have any choice and we have to eat something like that. So the strategy is to avoid it as much as possible, but definitely to increase our intake of fluid if we are going to eat something that is processed and prepared. Also really need to look at adding enzymes to our diet too, but we're going to talk about that in another one, in an upcoming video. So the second thing is alcohol. Again, it takes a lot of inner hydration in order to process alcohol. So the strategy for that is, if you're going to drink alcohol, is make sure that you drink 1 glass of water for every glass of alcohol that you consume. Sugar. Again, the challenge is how much inner hydration it takes in order for your body to process the sugar. And this doesn't even really look at the insulin and diabetic relations to this. We're just talking about hydration today. So just know that it takes a lot of inner hydration in order to metabolize the when you take high sugar content foods in. So again, the strategy is the same. Drink extra water. Another class of really dehydrating foods are your grains, starches, meats, and cheeses. And that's just because these foods all really lack any kind of water content, hardly at all. Starches and grains can be very dry. Meats and cheeses often have a lot of salt added to them. So your strategy, if you're going out for a meal or whatever, is to eat a larger portion of like a salad or soup, and maybe a smaller portion of the meats, grains, starches, and cheeses. So it doesn't mean you can't have them. Just maybe reduce the amount of those that you're eating and increase the amount of fresh vegetables, like with a salad or a soup. Now, another thing you might not have considered is coffee and tea. Both of these, including carbonated beverages and your energy drinks, can cause a diuretic effect. So if you're drinking more than, 4 8 ounces of these, 8 ounce glasses of any of these or mugs of these, then more than likely you're starting to experience a little bit of a diuretic effect. Or diuretic means, like increased urination. So you are peeing more. Okay. And oftentimes this can lead to dehydration if you're not replacing that water. So we think, maybe when we're drinking coffee or tea that we're hydrating our bodies because of the liquid. But in reality, because of the diuretic effect, you're actually causing a dehydration effect which can result in a loss of fluids and also electrolyte imbalances. So those are the challenges, and those come about really from the caffeine. That's why the energy drinks are included in this too, and oftentimes sodas, because they have caffeine in them, and caffeine is what creates that diuretic effect. So again, your strategy with this is you've got to increase your fluids. But what I would recommend is that after you've had 2 glasses of coffee or 2 glasses of anything in this category, is that if you're going to continue to drink it, you need to dilute it. So oftentimes we're really more addicted to that feel of, holding that warm mug in our hands versus what's actually in the mug. So, fill your mug with half a coffee and then fill the rest with hot water. So dilute it down. Another Himalayan strategy, this is an ancient Himalayan strategy, is to put a teaspoon of grass-fed butter or ghee into your drink, and it will slow down the impact of the caffeine. So in contrast to these dehydrating foods, let's look at what is really hydrating to our bodies. So ranging from about 80 to 90% water by volume, plants are the perfect biological packaging for hydration. So you bite into a plant, whether it's a fruit or a vegetable, and what you're going to get is you're going to get water that is pure. You're going to get a deep hydration. You're going to get something that's full of nutrients and minerals. It's going to contain calcium, magnesium, sodium, and potassium. It's fiber rich. It is packed with antibiotics, contains proteins, amino acids, and they're all in this perfect functional balance. So that's what you'll find with amazing fruits and vegetables versus these processed foods. So I want to just review about the top 12 hydrating veggies and fruits. All are good, but these ones have the top hydration. These are at least 82% water or greater. So starting with the very top one, which would be about 96.7% water, was cucumber. Then romaine lettuce, celery, radish, zucchini, tomatoes, peppers, cauliflower, spinach, broccoli, carrots, and sprouts. Now for your top hydrating fruits, starfish comes in at number 1, watermelon, strawberries, grapefruit, cantaloupe, pineapple, raspberries, blueberries, kiwi, apples, pears, and grapes. So just curious, did you find any of those surprising? I did when I was researching this. I would not have guessed as cauliflower being a highly hydrating vegetable. And starfish for the starfruit as the top fruit. So why not juice? What's the benefit of smoothies over juicing? Or is there? A while back, juicing was a really big trend. A lot of people were doing juicing and really experiencing some great health benefits from that. But are there any benefits to staying more with smoothies versus with juicing? Well, a Dr. Joel Fuhrman, who is the president of the National Research Foundation, said that when we chew our food, we're only releasing about 35% of the nutritional materials in the food. So blending our food actually makes these nutrients up to 99% bioavailable. So this tells us a couple of things. If you've ever heard that about you just should chew and chew and chew your food until it's completely emasculated in your mouth. Well, now we know why, is because that's what releases the nutritional material. So it is really important to get out of the habit of biting into something, chewing it twice, and swallowing. And, that's something that as a nurse, working for many years and in nursing leadership, always in a hurry, never enough time. So most of my food was gulped and swallowed. And that does not hydrate or even nutritionally feed us. So if we'll slow it down and really enjoy and chew our foods. So also a smoothie will allow for all of those food benefits of the plant material to remain in the drink versus juicing. So in other words, juicing takes out a lot of the fiber and other things that are within the plant. So the plant fibers, or the cellulose, in essence, are what sweeps those micro-sized toxins and cellular waste and debris that's constantly coming into our bodies. And so we want that to remain in the plant so that we get that benefit. Plant compounds can buffer us from electromagnetic assaults, which can create mineral imbalances. Well, what do I mean by electromagnetic assaults? Well, I'm talking about your cell phone mostly, but your TV, the Wi-Fi, all of the electrical things that you are surrounded by, whether you're at work or at home, all of those things can affect us. So smoothies can actually improve the absorption of the hydration. It can give us a timed release hydration. How does it do that? Well, we're going to talk about that in just a minute. It provides dense nutrients, dense fiber, food for our microbiome or gut system. It provides micro cleansing. There is no waste, and it's cost-effective nutrition and diminished cravings. So a long list of benefits to using smoothies versus juicing or otherwise. So when we talk about timed release hydration, this is pretty exciting, is adding chia seeds. So adding chia seeds to our smoothies. And how does this create a timed release hydration? Well, chia seed is actually the most hydrating gel releasing seed. It creates slow release hydration when it's mixed into smoothies and other liquids. It is rich in healthy omega-3 fatty acids. I mean, chia seeds have some amazing benefits, so we're going to just take time to go through the list. They're nutrient dense. They lay down actually a protective permeable film all along the digestive tract. And this protects it when, you take in acids or like highly spicy foods. It actually slows the release of insulin. It lowers blood pressure. It creates gentle elimination and helps prevent constipation. Chia seeds are an easily digested form of protein. And when they are ground, so ground chia seeds, it actually will release more gel by exposing more of the surface area. And the powder, the ground chia seeds, don't irritate the digestive tract. So even someone that has issues like diverticulitis can have ground chia seeds in their smoothies because these seeds are pulverized, so they're not going to cause any concern for someone with diverticulitis. So what I personally use is I have a little coffee herb grinder, and if I can buy them already ground, I will purchase those. But if not, I'll buy the whole chia seeds and I'll just run them through my coffee grinder or herb grinder. And then that way I don't have to worry, because sometimes it's difficult to find the ones that are already ground. So another thing I want to share with you is you can supercharge your smoothie. I want to introduce you to a product that I have been using for about a year now that I really, really love. And I know that it has done some awesome things for me. It's helped me decrease inflammation. I've had quite a lot of systemic inflammation. I have had a lot of gut issues for going on to maybe almost 10 years now that I have not been able to find resolution to. And this product has really helped. So the name of this product is Optimal Fruit and Veggie Plus. It is made by OHS, or Optimal Health Systems. And let me just tell you some of the amazing things about this product. It is actually the highest antioxidant formula in the world. And they can make this claim. So, because there is nothing that surpasses it. And it actually has 9 governmental approved claims for all of the benefits that this has. If you want some research, let me know and I'll send you some research on this. It is gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, chemical and preservative-free. It is made with organic juices. It is antioxidant and phytonutrient. So that means that it neutralizes all 5 of the free radicals, which is very unique. Most products that claim to help with free radicals do not neutralize all 5. So this is an amazing product that does. 1 scoop of this will equal 20,000 phytonutrient-rich antioxidant units. So it comes with a little scoop. This one is almost gone because I've been using it. So you just put a little scoop of this in your smoothie. Oh, and it's anti-inflammatory. I don't think I mentioned that either. So I like to add this to my smoothies, or if I'm traveling, or sometimes if I just don't have, something that I want to add to it, I'll just drink it with a healthy liquid. So like cranberry juice or almond milk or something like that, and just add this to it, shake it up in one of those little shaker things. So this would be definitely something that I would recommend if you are wanting to boost up and, if you're not eating enough fruits and vegetables. Keep in mind that eating the actual fruits and vegetables are always the best, but this product can help if that's difficult for you to maintain, to be able to always have the fresh. So to end today, I wanted to share a few recipes with you. And so I'm just going to include them as part of this post versus verbally going over them. And I'd just like to invite you then, as we close up here on part 3, to if this is something that you're finding interesting, again, just want to put a shout out for this book, Quench. Lots of recipes in there. And join me for part 4, where we're going to be going through and wrapping up our discussion on hydration. So we're going to be going through and talking about salt and sodium. We're going to talk about our fascia and what its role is in our hydration. And we're going to talk about movement and go over some specific movements that will help increase your hydration. So hope that you have an awesome day and keep drinking. Talk to you soon. Bye.